So I got word that the Score and Double Score is going to be shipping in a couple of days, and I want to give an update to that because my email is in my About section, and I have gotten a few questions since the Double Score and Score videos and how impressive the Double Score does on recovery speed tests. And I actually built a couple level 5 separation tests that I'll show you in a minute. But the questions that I have are legitimate after seeing that test. And one is, should I get the Double Score? Is the Double Score better than my Legend? And the other one that I need to answer is the Score, does the regular Score perform as well as the Double Score with just less features, right? Because that's going to be $50 cheaper. All right, let's put all that aside, the $50 cheaper, and let's talk about performance. The Double Score is missing a lot of features from the Legend. So the Legend is going to have more performance over the Double Score. You're going to be able to open it up more. In previous videos with the updated Legend, I showed you that with the Legend, they opened up that iron filter enough that you can even let an iron nail come through with a good signal. So that's how much ability they gave you over control of your iron filter. Now, the Double Score is impressive with the new range of 0 through 9, but you don't have any tone options with that either. So it's, you know, you're missing the tone options. You're not able to change your tone bins. So there's a lot of benefits there when it comes to the Legend over the Double Score. Now, when it comes to the Score and the question of, is it going to perform the same as the Double Score? No, it's definitely not. So there's 3 really crucial adjustments that are missing from the Score that will keep it from performing as well as the Double Score. One is recovery speed. The second is the iron filter. So the iron filter is locked in the Score, and the other is the ability to notch, meaning that one's not as important as recovery speed and iron filter, but the Score is locked with an iron filter and recovery speed. And why did they do that? Is because it's a beginner entry-level multi-frequency. Both of them are under 500. I can see why they did it with the Score. I like them to have a high and low iron filter for it, kind of like the Vanquish. Maybe they'll do that with an update. You know that they listen to customers, so if that's something that you want, you know, maybe if enough people request it, they can add it in. But it's locked pretty high, and that makes it a stable turn on and go machine. So really no options in it other than, you know, Bluetooth vibration, light, and volume, but it keeps it very stable. We've seen it stable on the beach. I've taken it out park hunting. My father used it on a park hunt. He likes how stable the ID is. There's nothing to mess with. So you get a good signal, you dig it, that's it. It's a very deep machine on clean ground. The impact will be when it's trashy. You know, when it's a trashy ground, that's where the Double Score comes in with the adjustable recovery speed and the iron filter that helps you unmask. So my opinion, that Double Score is really impressive. I'm going to show it to you over these level 5 blocks, but the emails that I've received, bottom line is the Legend is still the top dog. Double Score is really impressive for under 500, and the Score is very cool as a simple turn on and go, but it's missing a lot of features. The Double Score is missing a lot of features, but they did that. I mean, they can't have the Double Score perform as well as the Legend because, you know, why would they do that? So Score and Double Score both under 500, $50 gap between the Score and Double Score. That's up to you. I put a video out on how to connect them to the AccuPoint. That works really good, even with aftermarket headphones. So, you know, for under 500, you get some aftermarket headphones. If you don't want to spend the money on the Nokta headphones, you can find them pretty much anywhere. Just make sure they have that multi-point technology. But let's look at this level 5 that I built. I'm going to actually put the Double Score through it. And I'm going to show you the DEUS II through it too. All right, let me flip you around. All right, so I have the Double Score and the Score out here as well. But the first thing I did when I built this level 5 test, you can see here, the level 4 that I use is a 1.5-inch raise, but now I actually added a piece of iron on each side. So it is a really tough test. So it has iron, and a silver mercury dime in between. A lot of machines cannot hit that. So I did a high conductor and a mid conductor. This is a V-nickel, so a mid conductor. And we'll go over it with both. The way that I made sure that it wasn't falsing on the nails is I just went through quick before I glued down the blocks, and we'll keep these blocks the way they are for the future testing of other machines as well. Is obviously I went over the nails in the configuration that they were in to make sure it wasn't falsing. And I do have some nails out here as well. We're going to go through multi 1, 2, and 3 and show you how they perform on this on these blocks as well. But here's recovery. We'll go up to 3. Here's iron filter 0, multi 2. So let's go over some iron down there. There's that little rusty wrench that you've seen in the past. That's a huge nail right there, rusty nail. And that's the other side of that rusty wrench. Okay, so no falsing there. The big nail, little chirp. All right, here's the iron wrench, nothing there. All right, so we get a little chirp out of that. So that might drive you crazy when you're out relic hunting. So let's put the iron filter up and let's get rid of that chirp. Still a little there. 2. Okay, completely gone at 3. So now we're using iron filter 3. Will it still hit these targets? Let's see. No problem. You can see it's hitting both ways and it's popping an ID of 35. All right, multi 2, that was the dime. Here's the nickel. If I hone in on it, we'll get the solid 33 on that one. And we'll hone on this one, 35. So what I noticed with the double score is it's locking on in these tough tests, and it's giving that mid-30s signal, where with the DEUS II, it'll hone in but drop the ID to a 7-8. Well, the double score is cutting the ID, you know, not even in half, in that mid-30 range, which is, you know, really, really good. Nice signal there. Now, when it comes to multi 3, it will still unmask. Multi 1 and 15, do not hear it. All right, so multi 2 really pulls it through. All right, now how high can we go with iron filter? 4 starts to really chop up. Still hearing some of the dime. 5 and 6 going. All right, and there's the importance of having an iron filter. I mean, $50 more for that. You know, this is a no-brainer in my opinion. The ability to notch and a recovery speed and an iron filter with that double score. So hopefully you see this video before making a decision. But if you like simple, this machine is very stable, the score. The score is not going to hit this at all. But you're not going to get any chirping or anything out of any nails or anything like that. So here's the nails. We're in multi 2. Here's the menu. You don't have any options other than, you know, the light, volume, Bluetooth, some stabilizer there, flashlight, and vibration. But you're not going to hear anything out of these nails. But you're not going to unmask either. But very stable machine, and that's why they did that with the score. Okay, so beginner, go out, hunt. The only issue is you're not going to be able to grow with this unit where you'll be able to with the double score. But the double score, you know, with those features may frustrate you. it's up to you. But for me, $50 more, I would go with the double score. Let me just show you the DEUS II on this test. The DEUS II on this test will hit this in fast. Let's get this set up. I was going through each program, and fast hits it best. This is a tough test for any machine. Now, if you can't see that, it's giving a 9. 7, 8, 9. So it's unmasking it. But it's giving a 7, 8, 9. Let's see if we're getting anything on the iron. We're not. Now this is stock fast program. All right, and this is a $1,400 machine. You go to Park, nothing. General, that's sensitive, full tones. Sensitive, we get it insensitive. General, nothing. Okay, so fast program hits it. The only reason I wanted to show that is because that ID, right? So we're seeing an ID drop on the double score into the 30s, which is a 60 VDI machine, so halfway. And the DEUS II, one of the things that I've always struggled with is when a target is next to iron, it really drops it into that 7, 8, 9 range. Hopefully they figure that out in the future, but even on my blocks at level 3, it drops it into that 7, 8, 9 range, where I don't dig that low of VDI, but when it's dropping it halfway on a double score, I'm more likely to dig. And if the DEUS II dropped it to a 50, 60 ID, which would be more like what the double score is doing, I'd be more likely to dig. But that 7 range, 8 range that the DEUS II is, common for everyone knows that it does that. That's close to the iron range, and I'm typically not digging those because a lot of them will be nails. So everyone, there's a look at the score and double score. Very simple, very stable, going to be good for beginners. This right here is a great performer, missing some functions from the Legend. Legend right now is on sale to the end of the year at $509. That would be the way to go, but man, they got this thing performing, that's for sure. All right, everyone, thanks for watching.